Hello, I'm Ron Landis. Welcome to my studio. Hi, Ron Landis here. This episode we're going to be talking about finger picks. Finger picks are what you need to play the banjo or dobro. Earl Scruggs use these. They've been around for about 80 years, but they really haven't changed much. And I took it upon myself to improve it, come up with a different kind of a pick that will stay on. The problem with some of these is they don't stay on your finger very well. They slip around. You have to put them on too tight to make them not slip. So I've developed one that has teeth on the inside, and it has a thicker blade, the striking surface, so they don't flex at all. They get all the power goes to the string. It gives you a lot better tone and power for playing banjo or dobro. For dobro, it's really important to have heavy blades, I think, because the strings are so heavy. And this is kind of what got me started. But the original idea came from an old friend of mine back in 1979, and he had lost his picks, so I made him a set of sterling picks, and forever till the day he died, he bugged me for another set of those sterling picks. So I was telling my friend that story, and I said, you know, there must have been something to that silver. They might make a good pick. Let me send you a pick. Steven's a two-time world champion, so I trusted his opinion on tone, etc. So I sent him a pick, and he really likes him. He's been using him for about 3 years now. So it inspired me to go further with this and try to make something that could be used, marketed and sold to other banjo players. The trick was to get a heavy blade. Well, that's fine. You just use thicker metal, but they don't work because the bands need to be thin enough that you can bend them around your fingers and adjust them. So I spent about 4 years developing tooling to where we can strike them in a coining press. And it's a two-stage process where we shape the blank. First we cut the shape out in a blanking press. Anyway, they're struck once to pre-shape and thin the bands down, kind of pre-shape the blade. And then they're struck in another die that imparts a design in it and makes them look cool. Just frankly, hey, why not? They're expensive picks, might as well make them look cool. And I put custom engraving on it. I even make blank picks that can be fully customized if you like. But these are awesome picks. They for banjo, they soften the tone a little bit. It's a little warmer tone than stainless steel or nickel. So banjo players have been really digging these. And I use mine also on steel guitar. I like the silver picks on steel guitar. But for dobro, I use a really heavy nickel pick, and we have both of my styles available now, silver or nickel. And if you want a brighter tone, you might want to go for the nickel. But I find silver is pretty good for both, actually. So we're going to show you how these are made. But first I start with a die. I actually hand engrave a steel die with the design on it and a rough outline. And that's just a hub. So in case we break a die, which we did, we can replace it. So we've got another one already in the works here, but this one chipped out. But I had to engrave the bowl in the shape of the bowl. And then after it's carved, it's heat treated in a furnace. It's heated up and quenched and then tempered so it'll be tough enough to hold up to the, I don't know, we put about 100 tons to these things, I guess. And what we get afterwards is, there's a little batch of them here. There's one that I've engraved an initial in here, trimmed all this. This is all the trimming is done with jeweler's saws. I'm doing that with my Potter jeweler's saw. A lot of my friends are familiar with Potter USA. He makes these awesome jeweler's saws. It's very solid. I love this saw. Of course, I save all those scraps. The thing about this is now that heavy blade, I can shape it and polish it, get a nice rounded edge. There's no burr on there or anything. It'll be polished to a mirror finish, so it gives you a really good tone. That solid blade gives you a really solid feel, and the inner teeth really grip. It's like a Chinese finger trap. You get your finger in there, and it's really, it doesn't twist, it doesn't slip, and you don't have to have it on so tight it cuts off your circulation. So that's what people have been raving the most about these new picks. People that like them really like them a lot, and really happy the way this has worked out for us. It's a product line that we started developing when all this COVID stuff started coming up. We opened our website on March 13th, Friday the 13th, which is like the day the economy shut down. Probably the worst day to start a business in the history of mankind. But we did it, and I immediately knew that we were not going to be selling silver baubles for a while or pewter jewelry. But banjo pickers will be having a lot of time at home to practice, and they would love to try some new finger picks. So we had a little free time there to develop all the tooling, and now they're in production, and people are really starting to like these. Anyway, that's kind of it. We'll show you some stills of some of these awesome picks, and maybe I'll even play a tune for you later on, show you how great they sound.